Good morning, students. We'll continue with the 12th standard economics, macroeconomics, introduction to macroeconomics, lesson 1. We'll continue with the capitalism. So here the economic system is divided mainly in the world, divided into 3 categories: capitalism, socialism, mixedism. First we'll go and see the capitalism. Here the capitalism, one more thing, that is fourth one, is the globalism. Globalism was coined or defined in Manfred D. Stager 2002. What he wanted to say is globalism means globally doing the international trade. And that means we can say it is the extent of a capitalism. Capitalism or extension we can say. So now we'll continue with the capitalism. The main first one is the capitalism. So this capitalism, a father of a capitalism was Adam Smith. We can call it as Adam Smith is also a father of economics. So here he is also the father of a capitalism, we can say. So this capitalism is also called a laissez-faire. In Latin word they call it as a laissez-faire. So here in the capitalism, government has a minimum role. Government won't fix any prices or interfere in any matters. So here the market only determine all the activity. That means the price only determine all the activity. Here within the capitalism, private owners, producer, manufacturer will be there. So their main motive is to have a profit. Private people usually they don't hear for the welfare of the people, only they'll know how to make a profit. So each individual has a freedom to do any occupation. Here the countries which follows the capitalism are USA, Germany, Australia, Japan, we can say. So here this country is also not only the profit motive, but this country will look after or safeguard the downtrodden people. Downtrodden people na varumai kodu keela irukranga avanga solranga. So now next we'll go for the what are the futures of this capitalism. First future is that private ownership, property, law of inheritance. Here all the resources, land, capital, mission, everything have a right to own by any individual. He can sell, reuse, or he can transfer or hire. After his death also he can do. First that. Second is that freedom of a choice. So here the freedom of a choice for both for the consumer and for the producer. Consumer also can choose any product, and the producer also can choose and produce any product. Next is we'll go for the profit motive. Profit motive, each individual they don't have anything for the welfare of the people, they no need. Their main aim is to earn only the profit. Profit motive, whatever it is there. So what they will do, they will adopt high technology, division of labor, specialist there. Division of labor in the, we can say the garments manufacturing company. So in that what they will do, button will be stitched by one person, pocket will be stitched by one person, collar will be, and each part of a shirt is stitched by each individual. So in that field they have a specialist. In that field they will do very fast and with our quality they will do. So that adaptation they will, so that it can have a quality. So these are followed by the individuals to earn a profit. So here the golden rule of capitalism is to have a maximum profit. Next we will go for the free of competition. Free of competition here in the sense a government cannot do anything here. So the producers and the manufacturers or buyers, sellers, they can produce anything. So here the only competition between the buyer and the seller, not with the other company or anything. Next is a price mechanism. Price mechanism in the sense here the heart of capitalism only the demand and supply. Or if a demand is there, means they will start at supplying. So here all the market is regulated by the price mechanism. Higher the profit, higher they'll start supplying everything. Next, role of a government. Here the government won't interfere and fix the any price for any goods and all. They won't do. Price fix பண்ண மாட்டாங்க எந்த பொருட்களுமே. So the government has a only role of look after the country's defense, public health hospitals, education system. They will do other and all. They are controlled and done by the private people only. Next is inequality of income. Mostly in the capitalist countries and all, only two category, two half society divided into two half. One is a owner property, that means manufacturers, are rich people. Next in the workers category, those are working in that company for the living of their own hood. So here the poor will be there. So whole society will be divided into rich and the poor. Here the totally ultimately rich will be the richer, poor will be the poor. This inequality more it will be increasing in that society. Next we will go for the what are the merits of capitalism. Here you can say automatic, first point, automatic working. Here the government interferes or not, the private people, they do their work and they will do. They don't bother about the government interference, or they don't need any someone or government to supervise them. Automatically they will work. Second, inefficient use of resources, efficient use of resources. That means all the resources are used optimum use. Optimum is maximum. They won't bother about the future generation. They'll start doing and manufacturing everything. Next, incentive hard work. If I'm working for more than 8 hours, more than 8 hours extra, I'm doing 2 hours extra, for that they will be paying. If you are doing efficiently, for that also they will be paid. So according to your efficiency, incentive will be paid and encouraged. Next, economic progress. That means production and productivity will be high. Why means their main aim is to have a profit. So what they will do, நம்ம நிறைய product if I want to produce and I can earn profit, they'll start producing and manufacturing more and more so that they can earn more profit. Next, consumer superiority. That means here we can say, for example, all the product aim for the satisfaction of needs of a consumer. So what they will do, they want to adopt a high technology so that I can satisfy the need of a customer, so that the customer can buy my product only, so that I can earn more profit. And the thought they will start doing. Next, high rate of capital formation. So what is here means, all will be employed here. So all will be having salary. So increasing of savings will be there. So it leads to invest. That it leads to have a high rate of capital. If I have a more investment, then I'll start producing, or I'll start installing a small industry. Like that it will happen. Next one is develop a new technology. As I said before, they wanted to have satisfy the needs of consumer. So what they will do, they adopt a new technology to give a quality goods, so that all the people can buy my product, so that I can earn more profit. In that thought they will do. That's what the new technology. Next we'll go for the demerits of capitalism. Here all the wealth and the income will be concentrated in the one hands, few hands. Only industrial people kitta dhaan ella kaasume irukum. All everything will be there in the rich people hand only. So concentration of wealth, income will be in the few hands. So other will be as a workers, and the weaker section will be there. Next we'll go for the wastage of resources. They want to earn more profit, attract more customers, so they wanted to spend the more amount in the advertisement, or they wanted to manufacture a duplicate product. Like that they will start expensing and wasting the resources. Next we'll go for the class stage. As I said, the society divided into two categories. Like that, It started increasing gap between the rich and the poor. Rich will be richer, poor will be poor. Here the capitalist society will be there, workers will be there. So only two half will be divided. So it may have it is not good for the society also. Next, a business cycle. So free market. Fluctuation will be the price. Today one price fixation will be there. After 2 days one more price fixation will be there. Today my pen rate is 15. After 2 days that same pen rate will be 60 rupees. It will increase. So that fluctuation of income will be there. So trade cycle, business cycle will be fluctuation in the changes. Next is a product and non-essential goods. So sometimes the manufacturer wanted to earn profit. They will start producing the harmful goods, liquor, cigarettes, that is not good for the society, not good for the human being. That product also they will want it to produce to earn more profit. That also can be possible. So this is what about the capitalism. Next we'll go for the socialism. Here the socialism, second one is socialism. First capitalism over, socialism will continue. Socialism, father of socialism is a Karl Marx. Here the planning and the public ownership, everything controlled on economic activity. All the society, whatever it is going on, that everything is controlled by the public, that is government. Major industries are owned and controlled by the government. So this system is also called as a planned economy or a command economy, we can say. Both we can say. So here all the resources are owned and operated by the government only. So the main motive of welfare of the society is to welfare of the people only, their main aim. What they wanted to do is that all the people are having good. They have a good property. They are living happily. The main aim to society, all the people are good for their livelihood. They are fully satisfied or not. They won't. So the income and the wealth are distributed equally. So what are the countries which follow this is Russia, China, Vietnam, Poland, Cuba, or follows this socialist economy. So next we will go for this is what the picture of a Karl Marx. Okay, next so this system is also called as a command economy. Next we'll go for the futures of a socialism. First one, public ownership of a means and product means resources, everything is owned by the government. Everything nationalized, managed by the public authority. Government it is not meant for any individual. And the second one is that central planning. All the decision is taken by the central planning. Any goods to produce, any price fixation. இப்போ பென்சிலுக்கு 1 rupee, பென்னுக்கு 30 rupees, or to buy one biscuit, that everything is fixed by the central planning authority only. Next, third, maximum social benefits. All the economic activity ultimately aim for the social welfare. Only for the society. For village which is very important, which is very good for that village, that only they will adopt. What is good for the individual, they won't bother. Next, fourth one is non-existence of competition. So here the competition in the market is absent. There is no competition in the market at all, because government or a state control all the market. Consumer have a limited choice. That means if I am producing any biscuit, only 2 biscuits produce it, have to manufacture, that only 2 biscuits manufacturing company will manufacture the biscuit. That's all. No other third party, no other third company will come and join. Next is the fourth one, coexistence of a competition. Here the you can see market competition is absent. All the consumer have a limited choice, as I said before. Next we'll go for the absence of price mechanism. Here the government will regulate the price of each. As I said, two biscuit company is there, mean that biscuit how much rupees it has to be sold in the market, that will be decided by the central planning authority only, we can say. Next is the sixth one, equality of income. No private property. That means here the private people don't have a right to have any asset on my name, on my family. They don't have a right to have a property. Here in India or in America, or individual can have a right to. அவனுக்காக சொத்து சேர்த்து வச்சுக்கலாம். ஆனால் இங்கே சோஷியலிஸ்டில் வந்து he cannot have a right to have a property on his own or to buy the property on his own. It cannot be happened. So next one is that equality of opportunity. For all the health, education, profession training, everything is given equally to all the people. For rich also same thing, poor also same thing. Next is the class society. No right, that means here no or rich or a poor. Not conflict between the rich and the poor. All are equal in the point of status, we can see. Next we'll go for the merits of socialism. Reduction in inequality. No one allowed to have a property, as I said. If I want to earn more profit, I should not exploit. நான் ரொம்ப சம்பாதிக்கணும்னு இன்னொருத்தனை வந்து ரொம்ப வேலை வாங்கி அவனை கொடுமைப்படுத்தக்கூடாது. That is what if I want to have a more property, I should not exploit other. Next one is that second, rational allocation of resources. All the resources are allotted in the planned manner. What the planning authority is telling, according to that only. No wastage of resources or minimum wastage only will be there. Next one is the absence of class hierarchy. As I said before, there is no difference between rich and poor, all are equal. End of a trade cycle. That means all the prices will be fixed by the government. So distribution of goods and services and the price fixing won't be fluctuated, change over the same other. So this will be the end of a business cycle, we can say, or a trade cycle, we can say. Next, promote a social welfare. So here the exploitation of one other person will be reduced. Inequality will be reduced. Trade cycle fluctuation will be reduced. Promotion of only the welfare of the society only will be there in the society. So next we'll go for the demerits. Demerits and the disadvantages. First one, the red tapeism. Lanjon solva, bureaucracy, adhigara vargam. So they will tell that all the decision is taken by the government agency only. To approve any project or anything, a government official has to put the sign. What they will do? They'll start having a red tapeism will be there. That means what they will do? They take the money and sign. That also can be happened. Delay of a work will be there. Okay, a bribe they can take and put the sign, or that and all can be lethargic work also can be in that society. Next, absence of incentive. So if I whether work for extra hours or I am working good or not bothered, all are paid is equally. So incentive it cannot be given. So all the people lethargically that if I do or not, my salary will be same, like that they will think. Next, limited freedom choice. So here the freedom of choice only, as I said, only the government will give to manufacture 2 biscuit company to only 2 biscuit company. Choice alla irukadu. So that what they are telling, limited choice. Next, concentration of a power. So all the decision making, price fixing, everything will be in the hands of the government only. What will happen? All the power will be in the one hand. So what they will do, they may misuse the power against anyone. It can be also possible. So this is what about the socialism. Next we will go for the mixedism. Mixedism in the sense both private and the public coexistent அப்படின்னா together they will work for the development of the society. So the country which follows all this is India, England, France, Brazil. So these are the country which follows this. First we will go for the first future. First one is the ownership of property. That means property, that is asset, சொத்து. It is owned by both public and the private. Government irukla, individual, they can purchase, sell, transfer, anything can do use that resources. Next one is second point is coexistence of public and private. Both private, public join together. That means private people manufacture and get profit. Public sector welfare of the people, that can be happen. Third one, economic planning. Central Planning Authority prepares. Ipo election if they want, then election commission will come and do the election. The same way, any planning means the Central Planning Authority only will plan the societies, any planning, 5 years plans will do, no? Same way. So all the planning will be done by Central Planning Authority. So for the national, by the central government. So this and the planning alarm, private sector, public sector has to abide. Abide means they have to obey. So here the all has to obey the rules and regulation what the central planning authority, what they are doing, obey that rules and regulation policy laid down by them. Next is there the solution to the public problem. So what to produce, how to produce, whom to produce, and how to distribute, everything will be done by the both by the private and the public. So these all will be there through the price mechanism only. So here what are the price the government in between to them, what it is happening, that can be how to distribute, everything is done or given instruction by the government. According to that, the private people or public sectors has to obey and follow, but everything control in the hand of government. Next, freedom and control. So here the public, that means each individual or a private sector, private industry we can say, freedom to own resources, any resources, and produce goods and services, distribute goods and services. They can do, but the control will be in the hands of the government. That's what they meant to say. Next, we'll go for the merits of mixed economy. Here the first one is the red taxism. Here both the private and the public need not be taken into. They both are taken into care. That means both together fastly join together, fastly think and plan for the growth of the country and for the society. Next is a balance of economic growth. Balance of economic growth means join together. That means agriculture, industry, join together, balance and growth will be done. And also for the consumer goods, capital, consumer basic needs, capital goods, luxury goods, that join together, both will be equally in the urban and the rural area. So balanced economic growth only will be have a growth of a society will be in the equally in the urban and rural area, we can see. Next we'll go for the proper utilization of our resources. Here the government will control the important activity. That means mines, power stations, electricity, tax, everything controlled, and how it can be used, spent, that and all can be allocated to Central Planning Authority. Private sector indirectly, they support the government. Next, will go for the special advantage to the society. That means a government safeguard the worker section, weaker sections. And for them what they will do, minimum wages will be fixed. For someone is working now, for them monthly salary has to be fixed 10,000. Less than 10,000 no worker can be worked. Like that the government will safeguard the weaker sections, worker people. And also rationing the ration kadangala irukla, and rationing, fair price shops will be open for that people. Next we'll go for the demerits of a mixed economy. Here the lack of coordination will be there. That means between the private and the public sector, both divergent in motive. That means private people profit motive, public sectors and welfare motive. So both will be have a coordination problem will be there. Rendu peru same think panna matanga. Next competitive attitude. That means both the government and private work complementary spirit of welfare of the rendu peru sendu oru society develop they want to do. But in reality that won't be happen, because private people always main aim for the profit motive. So both are competitive. In reality it is not possible. Next, inefficient. Public sector or government sector lethargically they will work. Bureaucracy, adhigara vargam, they will call it, that will be happen. Red tapeism, there will be more will be there. So fear of nationalization. That means private people, private sector, private industry, if they do have a innovation, everything is good means, they will fear that the government will undertake my industry, like that they will have a fear. Next, widening of inequality. That means profit motive will be there and the rich and the poor will be more in that society. Inequality will be there. So to be concluded all this, the mixed economy, the inequality in capitalism la irukra inequality, rich poor will be there, that also will be in the mixed economy. And also socialism la inefficient, lethargic work, all will be bureaucracy, red tapeism, that and all will be this both quality from the capitalism la irukra inequality, socialism la irukra inefficient, both will be found in the mixed economy. So these are all about the system of economic systems, 3 types. So next class we'll continue with the sectors, 2 sectors, that will continue with the continuation of the lesson will be there in the next part. Thank you dear students.